Hey guys, welcome to another Symbolista Tarot pick-a-card reading. This is a timeless reading, meaning that you can watch it whenever, doesn't matter. And this pick-a-card is going to be specifically answering the question, what's coming up next for me this month? So let's check it out. There's going to be 4 piles for you to choose from. So pick the pile that makes your heart feel all warm and tingly as you look at it, and then go to the timestamp, which is listed in the description box below, and that'll take you straight to your reading. In this reading, we're going to be using 3 decks. We're going to be using the Golden Thread Tarot by Labyrinthos. We are going to be using the Tarot de la Nuit. That is perfectly pronounced, I'm pretty sure. By Alexandra Bach. That's terribly pronounced. And Carole Anne Est. You know what? Tarot de la Nuit. All right, there you go. Tarot de la Nuit. And the third deck we'll be using is the Art Oracles Oracle deck. I don't even know who this is from. It's this one. Cool. Let's get into your reading, guys. All right, pile number 1. What's coming up next for you this month? It's not going to be a hard time, but it's going to seem like a really difficult time. It's an illusion, but it's a pretty strong one, particularly regarding addictions, habits, customs that you know are detrimental, but you've been doing them for so long that they just seem ingrained and they feel like they're a part of you. They're not a part of you, but they feel like they are. And it's going to feel like it's impossible for you to let these things go. It's not impossible. It's not impossible at all. In fact, it's absolutely necessary. These things are going to be leaving your life whether you actively let them go or whether or not you let them go kicking and screaming. But either way, you're moving forward on a particular path. And so it's going to be quite difficult. However, you're going to receive a wake-up call that will not be pleasant. It might be a little bit of a sting for the ego, but it is absolutely necessary for you to be able to move forward on this path that you've been setting out on. And again, these things would have fallen apart regardless. They feel like they're ingrained, that they're a part of you. They're not. They're actually quite fragile. And it's almost like the process has initiated. It's already commenced. And you're going to want to try and salvage these different parts of yourself. Let them go. They're not yours. They were never meant to be yours. I'm getting this as more of certain habits, things that you might not see as them being detrimental. It might also involve toxic friends, relationships, again, certain habits. Maybe you're eating certain things, you're behaving certain ways, you talk to yourself and others in a certain way, and it's not conducive for the lifestyle. It's not conducive to the lifestyle and the person that you will eventually, that you're destined to become, that from a certain perspective you have asked to become. So anything that is holding you back, that is not actually you, will start to crumble away. Don't try and salvage them. Keep moving forward. Anything and everything that seems like it's being ripped from you is going to be difficult, but for the best during this period of time. I'm getting somewhere between 7, 8 to 18 days during the next 18-day period. So open your calendar and see when that is. But during that next 18-day period, it's a time when you're just going to be stripped away. Some of your favorite items might get lost, stolen, damaged. They weren't you. You were claiming them as a part of your identity, but they weren't actually you. Okay? Again, relationships, you might find out something horrible. Someone might break up with you. Friends might kick you out of the friend group, abandon you, betray you. Think of it as for the best. Think of it as for the best, because ultimately it is. It was part of this illusion that you had that this was who you are, right? It's this illusion, oh, this is what's real, when in actuality, this is what's real. But it seems so concrete, but it's not actually you. It's a mirage of the truth. Okay? It's an illusion. It's not real. But they seem, with these towers enacted here, they seem like they're so sturdy, like it's so concrete. It's not actually real. It's already in the process of burning away. Let it burn away. Okay? Let that burn away. Quit looking and focusing in that direction and keep climbing forward. Okay? She's kind of melancholic here, and it's like the sun is shining. It seems like it's all dark and gloomy and everything. This isn't you, okay? You go with the flow. Okay? You're one of these fishes flowing in this kind of, it seems like a turbulent sea. You keep swimming, right? But these towers are not here as well, right? They're not, this isn't part of your reality that you're creating. So let it go, all right? And then let's see, well, Jackson Pollock, the man known for his addictions that he couldn't let go of, right? And so in this case, what do you do moving forward? What do you do with this information? Remember that chaos is handmade. Okay? Chaos is handmade. In this case, don't make it out to be worse than it is. Just let it go. It's going to feel chaotic if you focus all your energy on the chaos. If you don't, you just keep moving forward, you'll have no problem. But don't get trapped in this loop here. You're one of these fishes. But don't get caught up in this toxic, vicious cycle. Move forward. Don't get caught up in the cycle, focusing on what needs to be destroyed. Okay? Don't get caught up in this cycle. Move forward. Move forward. Don't get caught up in the cycle. move forward. Okay. It started off seeming like a really doom and gloom kind of, oh no, what's going to happen? But remember, you have the power to make things as easy or as complicated as you wish. But whether or not you choose the chaos or you choose the peace, these towers are going to collapse. That's what's meant to happen, okay? Whether or not you choose to lose your shit over this or not, these things are going to happen. So it's up to you what you do with what happens. It's entirely up to you. So choose wisely. All right. Good luck. Okay, pile number 2. Exciting. Very exciting. You have an opportunity coming up over the next 6 to 7 days to initiate and kind of start off on this path to become a new version of you, to become a different facet of yourself, a different person. You're still you, but it's almost like you're adding another layer, or you're filling in a different color on the Rubik's Cube, right? You are the entire cube, but it's almost like you're switching the angle and you're coloring the different mini cubes. Interesting. Let's see. From an emotional perspective, you have prepared for this moment for a while. You've been doing quite a bit of inner healing, and you've laid the groundwork for this transition. It's going to feel, at least from an emotional perspective, quite smooth. It's not going to be a struggle moving from one version of yourself to the other. That won't be a problem. And this is something that you have wanted. I'm seeing a lot of this, like becoming the it girl or that guy, like it's a lot of that, inspirational TikTok kind of feel, or it's a new transition period into becoming a better version of yourself that you have previously established. It's almost like you've been accumulating visions of who you want to be, all these different characteristics, these ideals, and there will come an opportunity to begin to implement these things. And there won't be a struggle. Say you want to work out and you want to start going to the gym. You have already emotionally prepared yourself for that moment of, well, I can't do it and I don't know. No, you're ready. You've emotionally prepared yourself. You're like, you know what? I can do this. And I'm ready to become this version of myself, whatever it may be. I'm using the gym as an example because it came to mind. You've already willed yourself to become this version. You won't have trouble showing up to the gym because you've implemented your will. You've willed yourself to show up. The issue that will start to arise is, and I feel like this is going to be a battle between you and other people, both aiming to go against or attempting to go against the emotional and the will aspects of this. So emotionally and in terms of drive, energetically, you are determined, or you will be prompted, but you've already laid the groundwork. You will be prompted to initiate this new path, this new exploration of a version of yourself that you can become. The issue that will arise is a part of you will question yourself, as well as other people. Most likely, it's either one or the other, maybe both, who knows. But we'll start going, well, who do you think you are? Oh, look, now you're this version of yourself. Oh, wow, this is a phase, or this is this is an interesting, it's going to be kind of passive aggressive. Even if it's not, you're going to take it as it being passive aggressive, right? And you're just exploring different versions of who you can be. But you might have a heart to heart with yourself, probably lying in bed in the middle of the night, where you'll go, who the hell do I think I am? Like, I'm just going to wake up and be that girl. Like, maybe I'm not this person I didn't grow up financially or physically, emotionally being this person. And now I think that's even possible to me. Those are the battles that you're going to start having to confront, either within yourself or externally. And in that case, what do you do with this information? How do you move forward? One lives many lives in a lifetime. So when people go, well, this must be a phase. It's like, you can simply say, or when you say to yourself, well, this is just a phase, you can easily say, maybe, let's see. Oh, yeah, I know. Now I'm like into CrossFit or something. Yeah, it probably is a phase, but let's see how far it goes. You keep the rest of this drive, you keep that to yourself. Don't tell anybody what you're doing. Just move forward. Now, obviously, if it's detrimental, if you're causing yourself like physical harm or anything like that, do not. Yeah. But it's something here, like, you are trying to explore an aspect of yourself. And I am getting that it's not that big of a leap, but it feels like it is. It's almost like you're going to have imposter syndrome is basically what we're talking about here. It's going to feel like imposter syndrome. It's like, who the hell do I think I am that I could get this job or try and be this person or, go on this path? And the answer to that is, don't take it so seriously. Think of it. It's like, don't think, well, this is let's say this is my ideal body, right? This is what I'm striving for. So I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to work out my pecs and I'm going to work out my arms and I'm probably going to do some face yoga or whatever the heck is in. And somebody, either somebody else or you, is going to say, or is you're going to get the vibe, oh, look at you. Oh, you're going to the gym now. Oh, wow, you're this person. Okay, all right. Listen, all you're doing is expressing, this is a version of myself that I could explore, right? Which is gaining or getting close to gaining this body, let's say. Okay, it doesn't mean that you're going to go all the way to the point where now you're obsessed with fitness and it's your entire life. No, you think of it as, hey, this is just a facet of myself that I'm exploring. I'm emotionally invested, I am energetically invested, and I'm going to go out on this journey and see what lies beyond. And if anybody has anything to say about it, I just go, let's see. Let's see what happens. But you don't go to one extreme or the other, and you don't go chatting to everybody about this like, oh no, I'm totally in. I invested. I just went and I prepaid my gym membership and I bought all these workout clothes and I have all this stuff. Even if you did do all of that, which I'm guessing that to a certain degree you did, you don't have to tell everybody, because then there's going to be that fear of like, man, I told everybody that I was really into the gym and I haven't gone in 2 weeks. Now they're going to think, oh, I'm a quitter. It's like, don't tell everybody all your shit. Keep some things to yourself. Okay? You don't have to show everybody. You could put some curtains up in your house, right? You don't have to show everybody what's there. So go out, explore a version of yourself. Be safe. Don't do anything drastic, but think of it as I'm just living one of the many lives in my lifetime, right? If your life is a movie, how long is this scene? Okay, in this scene, I am this person with these characteristics, right? You don't have to invest and dedicate, then that's it. This is who I am for the rest of my life. No, you can adjust, you can change, and you're going to go with the flow of that, right? But it's kind of like bring it down a notch, right? Don't put so much pressure on yourself that then it's like you psych yourself out. It's like, no, you don't have to tell everybody your business. If you wish to slowly become this person, then become this person. And by the time the people find out, it won't seem like a phase because you're just already this person, right? Don't be psyched out by other people's opinion or decisions, statements of who you are. You can be whoever the hell you want to be. And even if it only lasts a month, 2 months, 3 months, hey, listen, we've all been through that keto phase where we invested a little too much and then we were stuck with no longer doing keto, but having a scale in your home like a drug dealer. Anyways, it's a little too personal. I'll put some curtains up in my house. But anyways, you got this. Go be you. Don't psych yourself out. Go explore. Go be you. Good luck. Pile number 3. Pile number 3, you keep giving up on yourself. You continuously give up on yourself. And you keep setting these paths. You keep setting them up. And emotionally, you start to lay down, not emotionally, energetically. Energetically, you lay down the groundwork, right? Because everything that manifests must first be created in the energetic for it then to trickle down into the physical. And so you've been laying down this groundwork. Well, I want this, and you imagine it and you infuse it with emotions, and you fuel it, and it starts to manifest, and then you just give up and you pick something else. Okay. And then that starts, and then you give up and you pick something else. And there's a certain level of disappointment and shame I think is the word that I'm looking for, that comes with this, okay, I'm moving forward and then I give up. And then I move forward and then I give up. Move forward and then I give up. And the next coming, I want to say days. At first I thought it was weeks, but I want to say days. In the coming days, between 5 to 7 days, you're going to start realizing that a lot of these little things that you have at least attempted to materialize previously, is it that you're going to have another chance? Yeah, it's like they're going to be popping right back up again. And you're going to have the opportunity to complete or at least push further along these things that you've previously abandoned. It's like you can give them new life. You can reinvigorate these old dreams, aspirations, previous attempts. You're going to have another go at the wheel. Oh, that's funny. This is the wheel. But yeah, the wheel is seemingly present again and again and again. What you need to know about this? This is an opportunity for you to move forward in whichever direction that you choose. You don't have to say yes to all of them because, everybody has a dream when they're 14, 15, 16 that then 10 years later, they're like, ew, I can't believe I thought that's who I wanted to be, or I can't believe I thought that was cool, So, but these things are going to pop back around. So if when you were 7, you really wanted to be a gymnast and then you showed up and you only did 3 classes and then you popped out of there, you might get an invitation to take a free, gymnast lesson, course, session, train. I don't even know I don't know. But you might have an opportunity. Does that mean you have to go out and become the next Shawn Johnson? No, it doesn't. You could be like, oh, that was fun. I did that when I was 7. Or you can literally be like, that's not my dream anymore. I'm going to wait for the next one. But there are going to be, it's like all of those are going to do a quick roundup here. This sounds a lot like a Saturn return, like a quick wrap up. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're somewhere between 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. I could have just said from 27 to 32, but whatever. So you could be somewhere within that age range. And these might be dreams that you had anywhere from age 7 to age 23. They will be coming back around. So you could hop on that. Some of those you cut that. Imagine it's like a golden thread tying you to whatever is that vision, right? That imagine like a vision that you had for yourself, a reality that you wanted to manifest, and you're tied together by this golden string. Okay, and all of these will be coming right back around, and you can choose to rein those in. Some of those have already been cut, so if they don't show back around, you'd already given up on being a gymnast when you were like 17. But only re-engage As they come back around, you laugh. It's like you point, you laugh, you go, haha, I see you coming back around. Either absolutely, I'm jumping on this one, or you go, no thanks. It was nice knowing you, and you cut, right? It's less baggage. The reason, most likely, the reason that you quit in the past and the way to move forward with these things as they come back, as they circle back around, is that you set your expectations and you put so much pressure, but you set your expectations so high, so unbelievably high, that they were impossible to reach. And so as you got, slowly over here, and you're seeing everybody else over here, or your ideal up here, and you weren't matching it, you just go, well, I'm never going to reach that, or that's way too much pressure. You put way too much pressure and judgment and self-criticism on yourself that it's just like, I might as well just give up. Right? So don't do that again. Right? You start cutting them up, your expectations. You go, oh, okay, now I have another chance to go this time around. I'm going to be so thrilled when I reach this point, 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 when I reach this point. You don't even look up here. You realize that you already set this into motion. Okay? The universe already knows that this is the reality, because you're tied together by that thread. It already knows that this is the desired outcome. You don't need to keep looking up here. Okay? Just be so excited each time you reach a tiny milestone. And whatever you think is a milestone, cut that in half. Right? So let's say you wanted to get really into baking. And then you realize because you love creme brulee, and then you realize how freaking difficult it is to get that consistency right, that you go, well, forget it. I'm never even going to try to get back into baking because I just ruin everything, right? This next time around, you start with muffins, right? You start tiny. You start with muffins. You start with muffins from a pack, from a bag, okay? Not even from scratch, all right? And you get excited, not when the muffins turn out, however they turn out. You get excited that you're on the journey, that it came back around and you latched on. Congratulate yourself. Yay, you did it. That's the milestone. Next milestone, you actually baked it. However they turned out doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is that you started reeling in the thread. Not that you got to the final destination. I'm not going to say that because that sounds like you're driving a bunch of logs are going to hit your way. Nobody else? Nobody else? 90s kids trauma? All right. This is the milestone that you focus on. And then you focus on the next one, and then on the next one. Don't psych yourself out again. Don't psych yourself out again. Focus little by little. Whatever the milestones are that you think, okay, I went from muffins to baking a cake to decorating, then to creme brulee. It's like whatever those milestones are, you chop those milestones up into tiny itty bitty pieces. And then you celebrate each of those. I feel like you got it, but I'm probably going to give another example. Don't psych yourself out. Okay? Just focus on what you're doing. That you're going to, and it says like go big and go home. It's not one or the other. It's either like you get it, go big, or go home. Get out here. It's like, no. Look, you go big, you're aiming for up here. You do what you can, and then you celebrate, you go home, you get some rest, you come back, and you do the next day. Don't psych yourself out. It's not all or nothing. It's all and a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, a little bit the next day. Right? You can do this. I'm excited to see what comes back around. Please leave down in the comments if something does come back around. What was it? And when was that dream that like you shot that out into the universe? Like, I want to become, the next Tony Hawk. Wow, a lot of 90s references today, and I feel old. Anyways, too much information this reading. Let me know how it goes. No, but seriously, put down in the comments. I do want to know. Are you into gymnastics? Because that came up like 3 times. Let me know. Put it in there. Good luck. Pile number 4. Within the next 8 to 16 days, you will start to notice a couple of things. The first one is that I think that you've been noticing this, but it's going to become more and more apparent. I don't know if you're reaching a limit or a testing. You're gonna reach a point where it's gonna become very much apparent. But it's like you've been losing yourself. Year after year after year after year, it's like something is almost leeching the life out of you, the creativity out of you. The child within you has been slowly dying. This is so sad. Been slowly dying year after year, month after month. And something is just draining that out of you. And you're not doing anything, or you haven't been doing anything to stop that from happening. It's almost like if the water is draining out of the pool, you showed up with a bucket to help, push it out. What's happening here? There's a hole in your boat. There's a hole in your boat, and you showed up with a hose to fill up the rest of the boat. But it's going to become abundantly apparent to you that what used to be filled with color, it's like someone's going in or something is going in and erasing what should be unbelievably colorful. And I think it's going to be kind of an aha moment that might be a little bittersweet. I am getting a lot of coloring book references, but you're going to realize how much of the childhood version of yourself is missing from who you are today. So much of that, the creativity, the wonder, the adventure, the curiosity, the thirst for life has been really drained out of you. And I think slowly you're going to start to see the light, and it's just going to speed up, where all of a sudden it hits you. And I'm kind of getting, I don't know if it's like coloring book that like you start, if you used to color a lot, or you used to draw a lot, or you were very creative, but it's something like you help somebody, or you see some kids coloring and you go, it like hits you like, man, I used to love to do that. Or you see a clip of, cartoons or something that you used to, it's like you get a glimpse, a memory of who you used to be. And that's going to jar. It's going to be a little difficult to handle. And it's not that you have to be one or the other, right? You have to be balanced. Wow, literally, right over this card. But it's literally, you have to be a bit of both to move forward. You have to have the creativity and the wonder and the sense of adventure, the urge, you know, the drive, the just the awe. You know, you ever watch kids? They're in awe of dirt. Like anything just, and things that they hate are things that we're interested in, and it should be some sort of balance between seeing the world through the kids' eyes and seeing the world through the adult's eyes. And you're somewhere, you've got that balanced so that you can move forward. It's like the whole world kind of opens up to you once you reach that point. You have so many options now of where you can go. Whereas if you're only one side, you only have this side available to you, these options. And if you're only on this side, you only have this many options available to you. And it's like when you're balanced, the whole world opens up for you, you know? But in your case, you've been stuck in this very one-sided, looking towards the future, analytical state. And it's kind of like, okay, look towards your past a little bit just to remember that spark again, that playful energy, that childhood wonder, that kind of kookiness of, you know, kids will say literally kids will say the darnest things, but kids will just be fascinated by the weirdest things, the oddest things. They'll say crazy shit that you're just like, oh, okay, wow, that was unbelievably blunt and accurate and observant. Did not expect that. You know, it doesn't mean that you have to go around and start coloring in an adult coloring book, although you can if that's what you need, right? But it's not just about looking forward into the future. I'm seeing a lot of like left brain thinking, and it's kind of to balance that out between this kind of very monochromatic, she's in blue looking towards the future, he's in blue looking towards the future, and this kind of childhood playful, you know, oh fraptious day kind of, what does it say? What do they say in Alice in Wonderland, Through the Looking Glass? It's, I think of all of these, you know, I'm trying to think of at least 10 impossible things before breakfast or something like that. And it's just this idea of injecting this creativity back into your life, all the red tones to balance out the blue tones here. It's not just about looking forward, but also look back and remember who you were. And you can be both. In fact, you should be both, right? The red pill and the blue pill, I guess. But this is lacking in your life. And you need both. You need both. And I think it's just going to hit you just really quickly. It's going to be almost kind of shocking here. What do you do with this information moving forward? Remember who you used to be. Think back on what you loved to do, what you were like. And even if it wasn't a pleasant childhood experience or you were not a happy child, but focus in on, what did I love though? What did I love doing? What brought joy to my life? What made me feel alive? right? Playing tag, running. Like, I always forget how exciting running used to be. You know, just running around in the playground, running around in the backyard. But now running is, you're running in this techno world, you're running on a treadmill, dull, right? You're jogging on a park path, dull. In that case, what I challenge you to do, race somebody. That's what we used to do as kids. I challenge you to do that. It's invigorating. It changes the way you think about running, because I hate running. But if it's, hey, I'll race you to the car from the parking lot, or we're in the parking lot, I'll chase you into, like, see who gets to the building first. I'll race you. There is nothing more exciting than that, right? There's nothing more exciting than that. So incorporate and see if you can start to see the world. The same things, you're still running, right? But see if you can see the world just a little different. You're doing the exact same thing, but maybe it'll make you feel more alive. Because this is coming. So just embrace the nostalgia and see how you can incorporate that into your life. Because I don't know if you're happy. I don't know if you're happy right now. I don't know. It feels like it's almost like the life is being drained out of you. And it's time to, you know, kind of shock that right back into you. Shock the life into you again. Get those systems, you know, the blood pumping. Get things moving again. But that's going to happen when you balance out the scales. You're too analytically focused and not creative enough, because you've shut that part down. It's not that you're not innately creative. You used to be, and you've been letting it get erased. Don't let that past die. Okay? Don't let the thrill of living life die. It's time to reignite that passion for life again. And that's going to happen when you balance yourself out. Let me know what it was in the comments. Put down in the comments what comes up, and that this whole journey, it just seems so fascinating. So put down there and see, you know, what will bring life kind of right back into you. There are pets here. So it might just be getting a pet. There's a bunny rabbit here and a cat here. And these are playful creatures. I mean, cats are playful. So yeah, maybe it's getting a pet that you used to have, but man, yeah, I want to know what this is. So put it down in the comments. Let me know. All right. Good luck. Honestly, good luck. May you be as balanced as possible. May the balance be with you. Okay. Good luck.